Luke chapter 5. We're going to read here verse 1. And we're going to be looking here at a familiar passage where Jesus is speaking to some of his disciples, and he's telling them to launch out deeper into the water. They had fished, and they hadn't caught anything. They hadn't brought anything up. And he speaks and he gives them instructions on what to do. And I want to take a thought tonight of a new and higher calling. A new and a higher calling for us all. And we need to look at this, how Jesus spoke and to his disciples here. And, as we said, they were fishing. They hadn't caught anything. And I guess they got to the point where they thought, well, we just might as well just pull in the nets. It's just not the day for us. I've been fishing before. I used to like to fish quite a bit back when I was a teenage boy. I was the kind of guy, if I got to a place and I didn't catch something within a certain time, I was ready to move to another fishing hole. I was ready to change the bait. I was ready to move to another location. And those of you that do fish, I know some Roy and Brenda, they fish quite often, and they catch a lot of fish. And, I found the secret to Roy Brooks fishing, and it's ivory soap. So that's right. The secret is out, folks. That's how he catches all them catfish. He puts a little ivory soap on the bush hooks or the trot line, and then he just slays them. I've heard that for years about that, but he says it's true. So that catfish just go crazy over that ivory soap. So if you want to catch you some catfish, get you a bar of ivory soap, start cutting. But we want to look here in chapter 5. We'll read here verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of God, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret, and saw two ships standing by the lake. But the fishermen were gone out of them, and they were washing their nets." Now, "and he had entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down, and he taught the people out of the ship. And when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, Launch out into the deep, and let down your nets for a draught. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night. We've taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. And they beckoned unto their partners which were in the other ship that they should come and help them. And they came and filled both the ships, so that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. For he was astonished, and all that were with him, at the draught of the fishes which they had taken. And so was also James and John, the sons of Zebedee, which were partners with Simon. And Jesus said unto Simon, Fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men. And when they had brought their ships to land, they forsook all and followed him. We want to look here at Jesus and the call that he gave to them. He's presented to them. They had gone out. Obviously, they hadn't caught anything. They had given up. They brought the ships in. They were washing the nets. They were getting their gear ready, putting it up. Obviously saying, well, we didn't do so well today or tonight, guys. Let's just put our stuff up and we'll fish another day. We'll go out another time. And Jesus came to them and he said, Hey, guys, basically, I'll paraphrase this. He said, why don't you take your ship out, your boats out just a little deeper and let down your nets? And these guys, I can just imagine them saying, we've been out here for hours. We've not caught a thing. We've not seen a minnow. We've not picked up a thing, And he's wanting us to go back out. We're tired. We're wanting to just pull the nets up and wash them and prepare, for another day. Kind of reminds me of a lot of churches and church people. They get tired in the well-doing and they pull their nets in and begin to wash and begin to prepare. Well, maybe for another day. We're not catching anything. While we're not seeing anything going on, we're not seeing anybody's life change. So we're just a little bit down and discouraged, and let's just pull the nets in and quit. reel our rods in and put them up and come for another day. But you know what Jesus said? Launch it out in a little bit deeper. What he was looking for was a greater commitment. He was looking for them to just press out a little bit deeper and drop their nets, knowing that there would be a harvest of fish if they would. This new call demanded greater commitment. Let me tell you what happens with greater commitment. That equals greater results. When you have greater commitment, you will see greater results. When you don't pull the net in and quit and stop by the wayside, you will begin to see that God will move. Jesus knew this here. He spoke to them and just wanted to see if they would simply be obedient. That's what he was looking for. Seeking out obedient servants. Verse 5, Simon answered and said, Master, we've done this all night long. We've not seen a thing. We've not pulled in a thing. But I tell you what, nevertheless, I tell you, we'll go on out and try it if you want us to.